Welcome back to the Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker. This is the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or sell real estate with Barb Schlinker, the owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Barb, a lot of people look at those automated valuations like Zillow or their neighbor's asking price to help determine what their home is worth. Does a home seller decide what price to set when selling their home? How do they do that?
Well, most of them don't know how to do it. They'll kind of rely on our guidance, but you really want somebody that's got some expertise in it, because if you make this mistake, it can really hurt you. Pricing is hugely important. If you price too high, it's really a problem. If you price too low, it might not be a problem, but sometimes it is. It disappoints buyers. But the National Association of Realtors did a study couple years back, and they figured out that if a seller asks too much for their home and then they slowly walk the price down, slowly lower, they'll actually net less money. So you're better off being priced right at market value, or maybe just a little bit below, to let the buyers come in and make their best offer. And then if you use the automated valuations, the problem is they're probably not accurate. Last year, Zillow lost almost $1 billion by overpaying for homes and then trying to resell them for a profit. So even though everybody likes to go to Zillow to figure out what their home is worth, their algorithm is broken, and they admitted that. So it's just eye candy for the buyers and sellers. You really have to take a hard look at similar sales. What have they sold for? What do they look like, and how would you stack up against not only similar sales, but the competition? And we know just how to do that. But what Zillow and some of these automated valuations do is just average all the homes around you without having any idea what kind of improvements that you've made on your home. But when you price your home just right, on a nice home that's well updated, you will command the most amount of money. I had recently just sold a client's home over in the Powers Corridor, really nice rancher, walkout basement, very well taken care of. It wasn't super updated, like it didn't have granite, it didn't have fresh carpet, but it was in good condition. And they priced it kind of on the low end of similar sales. I really felt like the highest we could do with an appraisal might be $425, but they decided to price at $495. We had multiple offers. I sold it for $560,000. So, but that's based on buyers are looking at, what can I get? Oh my gosh, I can get this house, and they come in and make their best offer. Here's an example of a home that really needed updating. It's up in Woodmore, great location, beautiful lot, but it's an 80s time warp. It hasn't been updated at all. Even the windows are those old wood frame windows that don't do that well in this climate. But the seller did the right thing by pricing the home what they call realistically, and it should be closing this month, and for way over asking price. That's the one where we had 175 people at the open house. It was really fun.
Beautiful house.
Yeah. Now, buyers do assume that whatever your asking price is, that you'll accept that number, or sometimes even lower, but that's not always the case. So if an agent comes in and they say, oh, you should price your home here. Some agents suggest a price too high just to get a listing. And some agents price too low just to get a contract, so they can, hope that get a sale and get a commission without regard to really what the seller's how the seller's going to get the most amount of money. But what we do, our preferred pricing strategy, is to help the seller price what we call realistically versus optimistically. And the reason for that, especially in the price ranges where we're getting multiple offers, the buyers actually are having to come in very strong to compete with other buyers. Some will not compete, and some will make really amazing offers. Like I had one, I just met with those sellers last night, and we had a good stack of offers, but the highest offer was not the one that they picked, because they did not believe that, first of all, that it was going to appraise at that price. So there are some agents that will throw out crazy high offers. I call it the Hail Mary pass, saying, hey, don't worry, we'll get you under contract for that house. And then when the appraiser comes along and says, oh, sorry, it's not worth that much, then they walk the price back down. So that is a miserable experience for a seller, and I don't want them to experience that. So we make sure we carefully look at similar sales, not just at the first meeting, but also when we go on the market, and also when we look at offers, and also when the appraiser is visiting. We want to make sure that we're supporting the price every step of the way. So if you're thinking of making a move, and you'd like some tips on how to prepare your home to command the most amount of money when you sell, and get a great idea how much it will sell for and how much you put in your pocket when it sells, give us a call at 719-301-3900. Richard?
You're listening to The Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. You can listen to replays of the show anytime on all of the major podcast channels, as well as YouTube channel, Barb Schlinker, SCHLINKER. And if you are thinking of making a move, call Barb, 719-301-3900. Barb, what are some of the other magic bullets on pricing your home to get the very top dollar?
Well, a lot of home sellers kind of think that no matter where I price it, there's going to be a bidding war, but there's actually an art and a strategy to pricing it right. And so if you push the price envelope kind of above similar sales, and you haven't really evaluated the current competition, there may not be a bidding war because there are other choices for buyers to choose from. So do not expect it. Not every home sparks a bidding war for various reasons. Like I have some homes that are not updated and they're priced at the top of the market. I have some homes that back to busy traffic. I have some homes that are I don't know. There's just various reasons why they may not come in and come really strong with their offer. But if it's priced right, it is very likely that you'll get a couple of good offers in most cases. If not, you can wait and let the market come up to you. That could happen as well. I had a friend of mine give me this phrase. I thought it was cute. She goes, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
I like that.
I thought it was very cute. I've had some clients disappointed at how much over asking price I'm getting for them. Just think about that. 85,000, 35,000. Oh, it's not good enough. I'm like, that's pretty good, So this glee, this bidding war chaos may not last forever. Interest rates are on the rise. They're about 5%. There is a trickle up effect with this, meaning the lower priced homes, those buyers, as the interest rates start rising, those homes are not going to get snapped up so much because it's an affordability issue. And then maybe people that are trade up buyers moving up to the next home, their home doesn't sell because the lower price buyers couldn't afford it anymore. So eventually this market's going to turn. Enjoy it while you can. We are probably pretty close to a really flying high market right now, and who knows what's going to happen next year. So if you are thinking of moving, that's what we do. You want to make sure that you pick the right agent that really understands pricing. As of yesterday, my stats of average over asking price is now $37,587 this year to date. So if you price it right, it usually works. That's when the magic happens. And then of course there's also another factor, which is marketing. You have to make sure that it's presented to the market in an appropriate manner so that buyers don't eliminate the home. If the pictures aren't pretty, they're going to move on, especially the first picture. I was talking to my team about this morning, and I was saying, look, we know that more than 97% of the buyers start their search online, and they eliminate homes based on the online presentation. So if the pictures on the home look less valuable than the asking price, you have less than a minute to make an impression and they are moving on, they're out. So I caught some of my team putting pictures of stuff that probably shouldn't be there, like the inside of closets and not the prettiest pictures on the front. You just can't do that because the first picture is hugely impactful, followed by all the ones after that. Very, very important to get that right. And if you don't get that right, you won't have a chance to have a buyer come see your house. What happened years ago is that because all the agents controlled the inventory and we didn't have online pictures, you would have to go meet with a real estate agent. They'd whoop out this thing that was called the MLS book that looked like a white phone book. Remember those, Richard?
I do. Yeah, that was not very efficient.
No, and it may have had maybe one picture of the house, maybe not, and just some data, a little description, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, whatever. So the agents knew the inventory, they controlled the inventory, and you would have to meet with an agent to go look at homes. Now it's changed with all the images online. The buyers are going, oh my God, I got to see that home. Here, agent, get me in the door. I want that one. So you want to make sure you're hiring the agent that really understands not just pricing, but marketing to get the buyers to pick your house in order to go see it. And if it's priced right, it will happen. You will get multiple offers and you will do very well. So if you are thinking of moving and you would like to know what your home will sell for in this market, how much you'll put in your pocket when it sells, what to do to get top dollar, we are experts in that. Give us a call at 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
Barb, and I have to tell you, every weekend listening to your program, being part of the program, I learned so many things that are just counterintuitive. It seems like it would be so intuitive to start really high, and if it doesn't sell there, knock it down a little bit, knock it down a little bit, and eventually it'll balance out. You get the highest offer. Boy, I would hate to have an agent who thought that they'd be missing out on thousands and thousands of dollars. Thanks to you, I now know that some things that seem to be intuitive are far from it, and you can get a lot more money. You're listening to Barb Schlinker on the Real Estate Voice Show. If you're thinking of selling your home and you want to get the most amount of money when you sell, call Barb 719-301-3900 or visit barbhasthebuyers.com. A short break. When we come back, we'll be discussing the top 8 things that sellers love to get from buyers' offers and Barb's hot new listings. You're going to love that. Stay tuned.